Now, Andrew, I've got to ask. It was red carpet yesterday.
It was.
Absolutely glorious.
Thank you very much.
Were you after partying?
I was after partying rather too hard.
Love that.
My friends and two of my kids were with me as well. So,
Any gossip?
just terrible dancing from their mother. But enthusiastic, but terrible. But, yeah, it was
Now,
great.
they're obviously used to Mum being on the telly, but is it a different level of fame, global fame, since being in the show? Do they find it quite strange?
They don't care. Is there food in the fridge? That's what they want to know. Can you put 20 quid in my account? That's what they want to know. No, I mean, they're really proud of me, but they've grown up with it. It's been their whole lives. I mean, I got my first equity job and found out I was pregnant with my eldest in the same week. So, you know, that's been my whole professional life. I've had kids. So the kids are just like, yeah, that's what Mum does. It just means she didn't come to the sports day. My packed lunch is rubbish because she didn't have time. You know, it's all that...
But that's like normal for all of us.
Exactly. Our kids just... You're just their mum.
I always think you look like you're having a bit of a laugh on set at Bridgerton. Have you enjoyed it?
It's, you know, it's one of those jobs that has got such a... There's so much love in the room for it. It's amazing to be in something like that. I've been in Warsaw, I've been in Johannesburg, I've been in New York, we had the bash last night. Everywhere you go, the thing I really love about it is it doesn't matter who you are, what your background is, nothing matters apart from, do you like the show? All right, then we're all here and we're just all together, and that's the focus, and it's a joyful thing. So, you know...
Do you love playing the part that you play? Because she's so
she's
strong,
fabulous,
isn't she?
isn't she?
She's fabulous.
But
you play it so well, because there's times when I don't like her, because she's hard and she's bossy.
Oh, don't be upset.
Like her. No, and then there's this softness to her as well, and this understanding. I just think it's must be a brilliant part to play.
So what I'd say about that is, you know, we saw the backstory, the Queen Charlotte spin-off. So you understand that at some point in her life, she's been a powerless woman in, frankly, a domestically abusive relationship. He's died. She's got no power as a woman. She's got 4 kids. The only thing she's got is her brain and the knowledge that she can trade with to get herself into that position. So there is a bit of her that's like this, but she's just gone like, I am going to survive. My children are going to survive. And so I think what she does is when she sees people who she considers are bullies, she will knock them out the park. And if she sees people who she thinks are fragile, she'll be like, come on, it's OK. You can come in with me, it's fine. And you know, and all the stuff they say about Lady Danbury meddling in matchmaking, what she's doing is she's protecting women. She's saying, marry someone for love who's going to support you, be your friend, give you the space to be who you are. And because that's what she would have liked when she was young and she didn't get it. So I think she can be a bit of a tough nut, but she's a tough nut because she understands what it is to be fragile and powerless.
I love that.
And there was a lot of sex in the first, wasn't there, Bridgerton?
There was.
And is there a lot more to come in the new series?
Well,
there was a particular staircase bit, I remember.
Yes, yes, there was, Linda. Some people went out to make a cup of tea at that point.
Not Linda.
Not Linda.
Paul. Sat in on it. Well, you know, the show doesn't like to disappoint, so a bit of How's Your Father is always going to be somewhere on the cards.
Do you see similarities between yourself and the character?
She likes a bit of schmutter. She likes to look stush. And so does my mum, so did my grandmas. They all wore hats, like Billy. So I wanted to have with her... So I like tailoring. We've got we've always had amazing costume designers. John Glazer this season. You know, they just give me the space to have a conversation with them. So I like a hat. As you see, a lot of hats. And so I wanted to have something about her, because she's an independent woman. I wanted her to have the masculine and the feminine. So she's got a swagger stick. She's not got a little lady hat. She's got a big old hat. And she's sharp. But then you see her with her hair down, having a fag, with her feet up, and I like that side of her.
Exactly.
Because we all do that, don't we? And we whip off the bra, we sit on the sofa.
No, women are always more than one thing. Now, tell us more about this TNL Game Changers campaign you're working with.
So I teamed up with National Lottery for their Game Changers call-out. It's the 30th anniversary that it's been going. It astonishingly raises £30 million a week.
Wow.
For good... Isn't that amazing? for good causes. And so they and me, we're asking for 30 game changers to be nominated by people who know of someone in their local community who's, like, filling in those gaps. You know, the funding, it covers things like Kew Gardens, the Eden Project, all sorts of theatres and all that sort of stuff, but it does lots of grassroots stuff. So this summer we've got the Olympics, and there'll be loads of athletes who started off in grassroots programmes and went into elite programmes and are now going to be representing us in Paris. But without those people who turn up on a wet Saturday morning for no money, for no benefit other than to look after their community, these things don't happen. So there was this lovely woman, Katie Mahan, in Bradford, who first in her family to go to university, working class, went to university, came back to her local estate, saw a gap, that there wasn't any arts provision, there was no community space, so she set up a theatre company, but they've also got an allotment, they grow food, they deliver food parcels, they do housing advice, they do social services stuff, all that sort of support, and they've made a space for people. And this funding helps to support them. So you know, like, there's a lot of love in the room for Bridgerton. I want there to be a lot of love in the room for the Game Changers, because these are the people that make our lives better.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
So...
Yeah. And, you know, and in one... I mean, you mentioned the arts there, and, you know, there's a constant complaint about, you know, and worry about arts funding being cut and all of that stuff, and too many people from middle-class backgrounds getting into acting and theatre.
Yeah.
You know, for you, do you think we need to work harder at encouraging everybody to get, you know, to become you, like the younger members of the cast in Bridgerton, all those people?
Or not me, or, you know, maybe something that makes pottery or does something else. It's like, my dream is that we have a world where you discover what your gifts are because there are things available to you, you know, sport, music, science, whatever it is, that's available to everybody, because it shouldn't be an accident of, you know, you're born into a family that doesn't have much money, or you're born into a family and you have a physical disability, or your sexuality, or your religion, or any of that stuff. Who you are as a unique human being, we should be living in our joy, because actually life is a miracle, you know? It's a miracle, and we're here for, like, that. And all the news we hear most of the time is it's hard and it's difficult, and we know people are living really tough lives. But there are amazing people out there who want to make your life better and more joyful and richer, and I'm into the joy glue. So
Joy glue! I'm going to take that phrase with me all through the day, the joy glue.
So
I love that. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Andu, ladies and gentlemen. Right, coming up today, do you